Hola amigos, bien o no, y saludos desde Medellín. Hoy el tema es palabras difícil, difficult words, y cómo pueda pronunciar ellos mejor. How do we pronounce them better? Ese es el tema de hoy. So, difficult words. I mean, look, this is a handy reference guide, all sorts. Glockenspiel, Normocyte, malevolent, Presbyterian, ocular. Lots of different words that often in the combination of syllables and the sounds within them are hard to say. Bankruptcy, opulence. What happens when you find one of those words which for you is almost unsayable? Omnipotence. How do we do it? What strategy can we use? Okay, well, first of all, when you found your painful word, shall we say, the one that you have real trouble saying for whatever reason, take the word apart. Take it apart and just use it as syllables. So something like opulence, opulence. And focus very hard on what those syllable sounds are. Opulence. And be very clear where in the mouth you're making each of those sounds. Because what you might find is that you can do all of the sounds individually. But the problem you have is when you have to combine particular groups of sounds, some of these groups of sounds are harder for you to do because you have to move from that sound to this sound, ba. And maybe for you that's difficult, which is why some of us find some words more difficult than others. Presbyterian. You get the idea. So find the words you have the trouble with, write them down so you can see nice and clearly all of the syllable sounds. Forget about the rest of the word. Try each syllable sound separately to be sure that you can make that sound clearly. And then work through it in combinations to see where's the problem. Because somewhere in that word is the bit that trips you up. And that's the part where you're moving from that sound to that sound. Try it. See how you get on. Because usually, once you've identified where that trip is, where that problem moved between, let's say, the R sound to the T sound, or the S to the S, or the K to the B. When you've identified what combination of those sounds you have problems with, look for similar sounding words and practice that multiple times. Because then you should start to see words that have similar sounds, but maybe not in all the same combination. You get more confident that you can basically say that sound, or those sounds generally better together, and eventually, by taking the word apart and putting it back together, you should find it easier to say. And remember, saying it slightly slower should make it easier, because at the beginning, by doing it with a bit more vocal emphasis, you really get to feel where you're saying the word. Enunciate. Literally, enunciate. Make it very clear. Vocalize the sounds in the word you have trouble with. So, that's the tip for today. I hope you find that one useful. Déjame saber, como siempre, en los comentarios. But for now, from Medellín, it's Cheerio.